Yo, what's up? So the other day, I was hanging out with my friend from college who I haven't seen in a really long time, and she has a baby now. And I was talking to her baby, and I was like, "Hey, baby, how old are you now?" And he's like, "2." And I was like, "What's your favorite color?" And he's like, "Blue." And then I was like, "Where's your mommy?" And he's like, "Over there." And then I had this urge to tell his baby that I knew his mom from college for some reason. But I didn't. I want to be like, "Hey, I know your mom from college." I didn't say that obviously because he wouldn't know what I was talking about. But I was just so in I just felt so weird that this girl has a baby now because I saw her party in college and now she's raising a baby. It's like it was like a really weird feeling. It's just like I felt so old at that time. And I started thinking about some more and I was like, yeah, I also felt really old when I turned 24. I felt really old when I turned 30. I feel really old when I turned 35. But at the same time, I don't actually feel that old. I don't feel like I'm a different person than I was when I was 18, for example, right? And then as you grow older, you start to notice like you don't feel like you're getting older. You just feel like everyone around you is getting younger, right? You look like at a person in high school. You're like, this is what a high school student looks like. I thought he was like 7, right? And then also when you get older, like time just goes by a lot faster, right? One, because I think, the percent of like 4 years to a 35-year-old is not as much as 4 years to like a 16-year-old. You're also not going through life stages as much anymore, right? You graduate, high school, graduate college, your first job, promotion. And then when you're like in your 30s, everything kind of just blends in and is all kind of the same. But I started thinking about it and I was like, yeah, I don't actually feel that old. And maybe I'm not that old. And maybe I have a limiting belief on age. And I think I do. So my friend who's like 36, who was really into fitness, has just recently hit like lifetime records on like deadlift and squat, right? And that was impressive to me because I was like, oh, I can't believe you were able to do that because I thought we hit our prime already. We thought we were already through our prime, but it was actually no. It's actually you hit your prime because you stopped working out and you stopped trying as hard. So I'm starting to realize like, okay, obviously age is just a number. It's really just a mindset. And I think what I want to do now is now that I'm in my 30s, obviously I'm not, I'm not crazy. Like we have limited time, right? You're like a third of the way, maybe, more than a third of the way through your life now. So you have to start stacking your days or like every day you need to do something that stays with the rest of your life. So learning a new skill or developing some sort of, something that lasts longer than today. I think that's really important. And I'm not saying this to you to make you feel stressed or anything. Like I need to do it as well. You need to do it. You need to do it, but I need to do it as well. I'm not saying I'm doing it already. You should do it, but yeah. And also, here's another thought I had recently is the other day I just had a really unproductive day and I just felt really bad about myself. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that all day. And then I'm like thinking, okay, well, maybe in the past this kind of day would have been a normal day for you, but now you're having that day and you're feeling bad about it, which means you're growing as a person, right? Because you have some standards of how you're living now, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I guess I want to just start really feeling younger because I'm actually not that old. One, and two, I want to start feeling like I'm spending every day productively because you're obviously limited on how much time you have left. So as you get older, I think you get more productive. You get more skills in how to navigate your life to be more productive or to be more effective with your time. And I think that's something that you have to actively focus on in order to feel like you're progressing. All right, cool. Hope that helps. See ya.